Yeah, Coach! We're back with the Yeah, Coach movement where we use the perspective of others to impact and influence other people. You, the viewers. And right now we're focusing on enhancing the college experience, and I have a special guest with me today, Coach Rainey. She has been an influence and an impact on my life, and she's just so great. And I want to share her story, and we're gonna get started. Rainey, where are you from? Where did you go to college? And what are you doing here?
Well, I'm from Tennessee. I'm from a small town in Columbia. It's really small.
Really?
A small town called
I
Columbia.
think you did tell me that.
Yeah, I have this tattoo. It's a mule with a tri-star on its butt because it's like the mule capital or whatever. It's like Mule Town. I went to college at UK, the University of Kentucky, for a very short amount of time. What was the other question? What am I doing here?
Yeah.
Living life. Living life.
Living life.
Radiating positive energy as much as I can. That's what I'm doing here.
Yeah, Coach. So as a senior in high school, you're a little 17, 18-year-old kid.
Yeah.
Like, what were your thoughts about going into your freshman year of college at UK? Like, what was going through your brain? Like, your concerns, things you were absolutely ready for, things you were scared of. Like, explain to me a little bit of the emotions you were going through.
I think I was most ready to just like get out of the house. Like, I was ready to like leave because I lived at the dorm, but like I lived in town. Like, my parents' house is probably like 15 minutes away from campus, so I had no business living at the dorm, and I was like, I'm ready to get out. I'm ready to do all the things on my own. But I didn't anticipate how like hard it actually was. So when I was thinking of college in high school, like high school was easy. Like, at least for me, like I had a bunch of friends that made it nice, and then classes weren't too hard, and even if they were, like teachers were really helpful about it. And in college, like it's still like that. Like you still have friends that like make it enjoyable, but you can't goof around as much. So I guess I didn't think about that nearly as much as I should have.
Okay. What advice would you give someone going into their freshman year of college? They're afraid of not making friends. They're afraid of overwhelming work, or like, what advice would you give them?
I would just say, like, just put yourself out there, you know, like don't be scared to take classes or meet people that you probably wouldn't have done before, just because like college is definitely the time to like experiment and however you want to take that. But like I have friends who took film classes and they don't even like watching movies, and they were like, oh my gosh, I would never watch a movie the same if I had never taken that class. And they're like, I just enjoyed a lot more. So like it just definitely gives you like little things throughout life that you like take away, but maybe not use in what your career might be or what you do along down the road. So don't be afraid to try. And failing is definitely okay. Like you'll never get anywhere if you don't fail. Like failure should be your best friend per se, just because like if you don't fall, like you can't climb up anything.
Oh, that was so good. Oh, I've never heard that before. If you don't,
off the top of the dome.
that was nice. That was nice. Oh man. Okay. What were you going through while you were in college? Like, what did you do? What was going on in your mind? How did college change you as a person?
That little time changed me so much in the way that I think of how like I do things, like financially, because now I have student loans that I have to deal with, and that is so not it, sis. Like not it.
Not it, sis. Wow.
So not it. But in college, I definitely was like drinking and hanging out with my friends. And I still do that, but then it was a lot more reckless because like it was the first time we had ever like my friend group from high school is like a group of 20 people, like, you know, like like a whole group of people who graduated together and just kind of grew up together. Like we all stayed and like went to college together, so we all dormed really close to each other, if not with each other, you know. And I had a random roommate, So like all my friends who dorm together in like 4-person like apartment style dorms, like I would go hang out with them and like drink with them more than just be in my own dorm, which made me not study as much. And it made like my work ethic and the way that I lived at college a lot less exciting and a lot less efficient than it could have been, because like I was more worried about going across the street and like going to get drunk or like going to get food and doing all these things, like what I could do to just like get my mind off of college. And I also had 2 jobs and a boyfriend that I just started talking to and like dating, and I went to school for 18 credit hours. So I was like a full-time student with 2 jobs and a boyfriend wanting to stay at the dorms and hang out with her friends still.
Wow.
And it did not work out. Obviously, like I withdrew. And it was really stressful and really overwhelming. And I'm still gonna go back to college. Like in the spring, I'm enrolling in the spring. I feel like I wouldn't have done college any better then than I could have done now. So like, just because you drop out and stuff doesn't mean like that's like a failure, almost. But like it doesn't define you. It is. Like you like, depending on how you look at it, like I feel like if it was like a game and that was a level, like I would have failed that level, you know, like.
You get to respawn.
Yeah.
You get to come back. So I think what she's trying to say, which I love to say, people need to get this through. They need to. Failure is not a character trait. It is an action. You cannot be defined by failure. It's not who you are. It's literally an action. That's all it is.
It just happens.
Like she said, you have to fail to be able to climb. You have to fall to be able to climb back up. Mm-hmm. How I was told is if you fall, you should land on your back, because if you can look up, you can get up. That's all it is. And Rainey has helped me learn that myself. No matter what I go through in life, I can look at it from a different perspective. And with her, it's unbelievable. I'm telling you. All right. It's a good one. You ready?
Yeah.
Are you who you are because of what you do? Or do you do what you do because of who you are?
Are you who you are because of what you do? Or do you do what you do because of who you are?
Correct.
Oh my god. I don't like this question. I feel like it's almost a trick question because it's both.
Yeah? How so?
Just because, like, you do what you do because of who you are, but those things that you're doing also shape and form you into who you are. So when those things change, you change.
Yeah, like.
So yes, you are who you are because of the things you do, but the things you do make you who you are as well.
Okay, I see you.
Alright.
Thank you, Rainey. Thank you for letting me get so much of your time today to be able to share your story, your perspective, your intellect, because you are an intelligent individual that I am just blessed to have in my life. I just want to say thank you, and thank you for the viewers and from the viewers, because I know they love this.
Thank you guys.
This is just beautiful. We just gotta do one more thing, okay?
Yeah, of course.
One more thing. On the count of 3, you say, yeah, coach.
Yeah,
okay?
I already knew.
Yeah, you already do?
Do they?
Do you want to say it with us? Yeah?
Yeah.
On the count of 3?
1.
I need to put it in the comment section. On the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, coach! We're out of here.
Bye.